Hello viewers, welcome to Eaglet05. I remain standing with one heart and both hands joined together. I say, God, please help me to go through this successfully. I remain standing solidly behind every individual with disability to ensure that our voices are heard, accepted, understood, and to be loved. I would wish that this message will go as far as it can to stop any person with disability who is still crying, who is still pained, and who has lost hope. Wherever you are listening to me from, I say to you that all hope is not yet lost. We can make it again. We can do it again. Surely the impossible is possible. I urge each and everyone to share, subscribe, like, and leave your comment to support the change. I remain your one and only host, Hawaii Ibrahim. I'm going to post it as a question because I really do not know how to describe it. Audience, viewers, listeners, please leave your comments in the comment section as to what you think about this issue. I don't know why persons with disability are seen as nothing before the decimal point, but whenever they commit a crime, that one is out of the blue. Anything negative that our family members, friends, people who are not disabled are allowed, we cannot do it, or we are not allowed to do it, or it is never done so far as we are people with disability, and that is what I don't understand. So this one is a discussion I'm bringing on board. Please come on board. This work can never be successful without you listeners, viewers. I remember when I was a little child, around 8-9 years thereabout, I should have learned to mind my own business. So looking at the way I was being treated, that should have been my only weapon, learning to mind my own business. I have this niece who was not properly brought up, let me put it that way, because she was the only child of her parents. She was over pampered, which went out of board. She was misbehaving secretly. I knew most of the things she was doing, but who would even believe me if I should open my mouth? My other auntie was a caterer. She cooks to sell. She prepares her stew in bulk, fries her meat and her fishes in bulk. She does it to be able to use it throughout the week. So one of these days, she had prepared everything she would need the next day. And prior to this, I was always keeping out of trouble, but that day, trouble called for me and I answered. When I entered the room, this my niece was sitting on the handle of the sofa eating fish, and with where she was sitting, she could see everything that was going on outside. So because she saw it was me coming, she didn't even bother hiding anything. So I went to meet her eating the fish, and instead of me to have gone to do whatever sent me to that room, I fell a victim. I took some of the fish she was eating and I ate. She brought up the idea of us taking some to hide, and I also agreed. It's very funny today that I'm talking about it, seriously. But that day, I was so much pained. I couldn't even sleep well that night. Oh my goodness. But I can't talk about it today without laughing. So I joined her. We collected whatever I wanted to collect and we hid it. But that was my first time stealing, let me put it that way. So I didn't eat it. I kept it for only God knows when I was going to take it. So in the evening, we're going to take our bath. That time, we're not having light at home. We're using this local lantern. It's not the one with the shade. There's this other one that I don't know whether it is Milo Conco that is being used or Nest Cafe Conco. There's a way they create a hole in the middle of the cover, pour kerosene into it, join a thread from the cover into the kerosene. So once it's soaked and you lighten the thread from outside, it will come up. That's what we're using in the compound, but we had the shaded lantern to be used in the bedrooms. So I innocently tied my mate in a rubber, went to keep it at where the cats were playing. It was not meant for them to take it. I don't even know why I kept it there in the first place. And now, another thing that confuses me is that I don't know if my niece went back to take it to eat, because she was moving up and down at the area where I kept my meat. And later when I went to check, it was not there. She told me the cat took it. But maybe today I would say she ate it, because she was the one roaming about at the place where I kept my meat. So now I became angry because something I took and I didn't benefit from went missing just like that. I was not happy. So it became an exchange of words between myself and her. Then people heard it and asked why. She quickly narrated the issue to them, making me the victim. I don't know why no one believed me that time. Even the only person I called my own sided with them to reprimand me. I felt so lost. I felt so pained. And from that day, I told myself, oh yeah, I will mind my own business. I don't know whether the mother did not know she was already practicing what we'll call stealing, and as God will have it, I don't know if it's today that she stopped. She grew up with that behavior. Anything she sees, whether it's hers or not, she would carry it, and she doesn't care of the outcome of her actions. I don't know why I was being reprimanded. Audience, was it because of my disability? Because I still do not understand. She did it on several occasions. She was only advised to stop. She was not punished for anything. But that day, I still remember very well the unaccepted words that were used on me. It was too much. It broke me. That time, it broke me, but not anymore. I didn't have a good night's rest that day. I kept thinking and thinking, why did I even get involved? Why did I take part in that act? Anyway, maybe everything happens for a reason, but from that day, I learned my lessons the hard way. From that day, I knew I was not part of them, because everything showed that I was not supposed to be there. They had not accepted me for who I was or who I am. So from that day, I told myself, no, even if hunger will kill me, if they don't take their own hands to give me whatever I need, I won't take it. I would rather die than to touch anything in that house. But with God, I survived, right? Yes, I survived. And to everyone out there, we survived. Yes, we survived. Again, I would urge each and everyone to subscribe, like, share, for the message to get to where it's supposed to get to. You may not know, you may put a smile on someone's face. Please reach out to me on +233 208 145 895 +233 208 145 895. If you are inspired by my story, if you listen to me and you feel motivated, if you are still in your shells due to ill treatment by society, family, friends, or any relations at all, let's join hands together and make the impossible possible. Thank you. See you at the other side. Bye bye.